In this section we're going to learn about Snowdonia National Park, particularly the 3D area with a perimeter of 36 miles and square miles of 74 square miles. So in other words, the slide we had from our study of 3D areas in the UK and Ireland, we had from Google Earth Studio or Earth Web these areas here, where we can clearly see that if I add in a yellow line round the corner of the outside, which is using Earth Pro KML, that's where we get our 36 miles and 74 square miles. So what I'm getting actually here is that when you actually go into an area of 10 miles, that's a huge area to animate, and by comparison I want to say that if you look at the 36 miles round the outside and also the 74 square miles, how does that equate to other areas in the world? And I'm going to use two. One is London, where we've got the same national park area, which was very much a small town with mountainous areas and lakes. And then we go over to London and say that if I was going to try to animate this area, it's pretty obvious that London is huge, and so therefore any animation may be very tiny. So that's one comparison with London, and then we can say the same thing with something like Manhattan in New York, and that is this area of Snowdonia National Park is actually taken up, what, 3 times the size of the whole of Manhattan, or Manhattan, the Bronx, and going down into the bottom right here. So that's a huge area. That's the point I wanted to make on this. So we go back to this part here of the perimeter. So how can I give you some examples? One is to say, let's do a 4-up on screen of a short animation of Caernarfon here. That's about to come up, as is a fuller detailed one of the Mount Snowdon here, and then I'm going to continue back towards that with an information to show you. First up, we have 4 simultaneous animations of a coastal area, running this sequence twice. Then I'm going to contrast that with very much a cinematic summit of Snowdon. Before adding in some green walking routes, how we can get to the top, more for informational purposes. Before finishing with a super cinematic fly-through with added roll all the way over the mountains, following in to the end of the day with a lovely sunset.